The best defense against back pain is an active lifestyle. Okay, so one simple exercise that can be done to maintain extension of the lumbar spine or backward bending of the lumbar spine can be very helpful in terms of preventing low back pain. And the reason is that we spend so much of our day sitting and hunched forward that we tend to lose this range of motion. So this is just called a sloppy push-up or a press-up exercise. So Chris, can you just put your hands down in front of you there? One of the keys to this is that from here down, I want the muscles relaxed. This is meant to be a passive exercise for the spine, quite active for the arms. So press up there for me, good. And when you get up there, just let the pelvis come up and then breathe out and just sag and just let that back drop toward the ground. Try and relax all the other muscles. And you're gonna feel pressure in your low back and then come down. And when you come down, come all the way down until the weight is resting on the floor or table, whatever it is you're using. So again, when you press up, go ahead, Chris. Don't feel the need to lift the pelvis up or to push it down. Just let gravity do its work. And as you breathe out, relax the abdominal muscles, relax the hip flexors and glutes, and just let things fall into extension. Good. And a set of these exercises would be between 10 and 15, and it's a great exercise to do after you've been up for about 30 minutes and you've been walking around, just to get the back moving in the morning. This next exercise I'd like to show you is for strength, and it's called a plank. And many of us have heard of this exercise, but I want to get some of the finer points. First, we're going to do a plank to the knees because that's sort of an easier variation on the plank, and it's a good place to start to just see where your strength is at. So I'm going to get you to just go on your elbows there, Chris. And Chris knows this exercise well. He's just going to lift up his body, keeping his knees in contact with the ground. It's called a plank because we have a straight line right down there, just like a plank. Now, Chris does this very well in that he ensures his back doesn't sag. If you feel pressure through here, then you need to just do a little pelvic tilt, just like that, to ensure that the pressure comes out of the back and you feel it more in the abdominal muscles. Okay? This exercise is held for as long as you can, as long as the form is good and the back isn't sagging. The last exercise I'd like to show you is both a strength and motor control exercise, and it's done on hands and knees. We want knees about hip width apart, hands just under the shoulders, and I want the spine in its neutral zone, meaning it's not sagging down into end range extension, it's also not poking up and there. So it's in that area of your range of motion where you could go either way. Okay? Now we're going to use the muscles to stabilize the spine here as we go through the action. What I'm going to have Chris do is he's just going to lift one arm up, and we're going to make sure he can do that well without moving through his back, and he's going to put it down. Then he's going to try this leg. Good. And I know that Chris can do that well without. And then we're going to put those two together. So we're going to go up and then down. Now a key to this exercise is that, and you can see that Chris has done this before, because he doesn't shift his weight onto the leg that's left behind. Then it just becomes a balance exercise. If you keep your core and your center right where it is and you don't shift from side to side, this is actually quite a challenging exercise. So go ahead again, Chris. We're going to go up, hold, and then just come down and just sweep the ground and go right back up. Good. So lots of muscles working in around here. This is a great exercise. And down and up again there, Chris. 2. Great exercise to help him to build some core strength as well as endurance. I'm asking him to just sweep the floor and not to rest in between because I want to build the endurance properties of these muscles. That's great. So for those of you who are going to try this exercise, you'll find done well without the shift back and forth, it's much harder than it looks.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Chris.